Sabbath.
From Hebrew word Shabbat, meaning to rest. Exodus 28:11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male or your female servant or your cattle, or your sojourner who stays with you. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy.
Bakit nga ba inutos ng Diyos ang pag-alala sa Sabat? Hindi ba't matapos na lalangin niya ang lahat, siya ay nanatili sa kapahingahan? God entered His rest. Hindi dahil siya ay literal na napagod, kundi upang siya ay manatili roon sa kanyang kapahingahan at maghintay naman sa kanyang mga anak. Ang kanyang tunay na mga anak na galing mula sa pagsisikap na makasunod sa kanyang mga utos ay binibigyan niya ng kapahingahan, isang gantimpala ng kapahingahang kasakasama siya sa walang hanggang panahon, upang hindi na sila mapahiwalay kailanman sa kanyang presensya. Ito ang hinihingi niya sa lahat noon paman, ang alalahanin ng Sabat na siya ring tunay na pagsunod sa Kanya. Layunin niya na tayo ay Kanyang makasama. Ito naman ang ating dapat na pagsikapan, sapagkat ito ang ating buong pag-asa. Simula pa noon ay ninais na ng Diyos ang makasunod ang tao upang makapasok sa Kanyang kapahingahan.
Hebrews 4:8-11. For if Joshua had given them rest, he would not have spoken of another day after that. So there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For the one who has entered his rest has himself also rested from his works, as God did from his. Therefore let us be diligent to enter that rest, so that no one will fall, through following the same example of disobedience.
Sapagkat ang sinabi ng Diyos na Sabbath rest noon paman ay ang makapiling niya sila sa kanyang kapahingahan, sa pamamagitan naman ng kanilang mabuting gawa ng pagsunod. Ito ang ginawa ng Panginoong Hesus noon upang makita nila ang kahalagahan ng paggawa ng kabutihan na siya ring tunay na pagsunod sa utos ng Diyos.
And he said to him, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and foremost commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend the whole law and the prophets. Matthew 22:37-40. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Departing from there, he went into their synagogue. And a man was there whose hand was withered. And they questioned Jesus, asking, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath? So that they might accuse him. And he said to them, What man is there among you who has a sheep, and if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will he not take hold of it and lift it out? How much more valuable then is a man than a sheep? So then it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. Then he said to the man, Stretch out your hand. He stretched it out, and it was restored to normal like the other. Matthew 12:8-13.
Hindi ba't ito ang tunay na pagkilala sa Sabat, sapagkat ang Panginoon ay mabuti, ang gumagawa ng kabutihan ay pagsunod sa Kanya, na mas lalong mahalaga kaysa ano paman. Dahil sa kung ang pananampalataya sa Panginoon ay walang kasamang pagsunod, nawawalan ito ng silbi pagkat nagiging dahilan ito upang hindi makapasok sa Kanyang presensya. Katotohanang iniiwasan ng iba dahil sa kagustuhan ng mas madali raw na paraan ng kaligtasan.
Hebrews 11:6. And without faith it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who seek him. James 2:20. But do you want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead? James 2:24. You see that a man is justified by works, and not by faith alone. James 2:26. For just as the body without the spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead.
Maliwanag ang hinihingi noon pa man ng Panginoon sa kanila. Ito ay ang pangangailangan ng pagtitiis hanggang sa huli, ang sumusunod sa Kanya ng walang kapaguran. Sapagkat sa dulo naman ng lahat ng ito ay kapahingahan kapiling ang Diyos.
But the one who endures to the end, he will be saved. Matthew 24:13. Hebrews 4:11. Therefore let us be diligent to enter that rest, so that no one will fall, through following the same example of disobedience.
Sapagkat sila nga noong una ay hindi nakapasok sa lupang ipinangako dahil na rin sa kanilang mga pagsuway kahit mayroong mga sumunod. Kaya't naglaan ang Diyos ng bagong kasunduan sa pamamagitan ng Panginoong Hesus kasama ang mga apostol at mga lingkod.
Hebrews 11:39-40. These were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised, since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect.
Ganito ang tunay na layunin ng Sabat, ang dalhin tayo sa paalala, upang sumunod sa Kanya sa kabutihang gawa at pagkatapos ay makapasok sa kapahingahan ng Diyos at makapiling siya sa buhay na walang hanggan.
Hebrews 12:28-29. Therefore, since we receive a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let us show gratitude, by which we may offer to God an acceptable service with reverence and awe. For our God is a consuming fire.
Dahil kung naroon ang ating pagsunod sa Panginoon, ay naroon rin tayo kapiling siya. At kung nasaan ang Diyos, ay naroon ang kabanalan, for we are standing on holy ground.
Colossians 1:13. For he rescued us from the domain of darkness, and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son.
Ito ang ating pagpasok sa kanyang kabanalan, ang kapahingahan ng Diyos, our spiritual Sabbath.